What's up, everyone? Coop here at Hunting Carolinas. Today we got a real treat for you. I know what you're thinking. What can go wrong with a jarhead, a Sharpie, and a box? Just messing. We ain't messing with that. All right. So as the legend goes, it's actually not a legend. It's just a real story. Back in the 2009, 10-ish time frame, a buddy of mine was in Afghanistan they were in a gunfight, and he was a sniper. And his sniper rifle took an AK round about an inch back from the objective lens. And, you know, he's like, oh crap, you know, what to do, right? All the nitrogen leaked out of it. And so he just zeroed on a rock, and then he fought for another couple days that way. Well, the other day I was talking to one of the dudes from Arken Optics. They did this video of them dragging their scopes behind a couple side-by-sides. I'm like, yeah, that's definitely a way to torture test the scope for sure. I'm pretty hard on my gear, scopes, everything, guns included. So I hit him up. I'm like, hey man, how about we try this experiment? How about we shoot one of your scopes? I'm not going to use an AK because, you know, I've just been shot at too many times by those things. But I am going to use a 7.62 by 39. I'm going to shoot about an inch back from the objective lens, and then we're going to remount it on the gun and see if it holds zero. So, for those who don't know, what we're going to do, we're going to take this Arken EP5 Gen 2. They just came out with it. Gen 2, right? 5 to 25 by 56, first focal plane scope. Arken Optics are really great optics. We love them. They sponsor the nonprofit, The Reason Outdoors. So if you're looking for some ecotherapy, check them out, The Reason Outdoors. But we're going to take this EP5, brand spanking new, out of the box. We're going to mount it on a Sig Cross Trax 308. Right here. All right. And then, I mean, the scope's a little big for the gun, but we're still breaking this gun in anyways. So we're going to zero this scope on the gun. And then we're going to take the scope off the gun, just in case. We're going to shoot the scope about right here. And then we're going to remount it on the gun and see if it holds zero. To me, that would be the ultimate torture test, right? We can do all these things with all these scopes, but if we shoot it, I feel like that's the ultimate torture test. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to see if it stands up to the test, and we're going to go from there. So without further ado, let's get kicking. All right, so technically this is take 2. We had some weather roll in, and the bottom fell out on us during that time. My client got here, so I had to swap the scope off the Cross Trax 308, throw the thermal on it, make sure that was zeroed, get out, put him in the stand. Now the weather cleared up for us. I rotated the scope over to the Sig Cross 6.5 Creedmoor. Love this gun. Smoked the Badger 810 yards out in Colorado with a couple years ago, actually. But love this gun. So we're going to use this for the remainder of our testing. I just got it zeroed. We got a nice creek down there, and now we're ready to go blast. Let's go. For this part of the experiment, we're going to shoot the scope about an inch back from the objective lens, using this 7.62 by 39 with the Sight Mark Wraith on it, little client rental gun I got for killing hogs. I am this time going to remember to put on my ear pro because I'm already deaf and I don't need to lose any more of my precious hearing. Not VA related injuries, or service connected. I'm sorry, service connected. But here we go. Going hot. All right, we'll go down range and check the scope out. It went just underneath it. Got him a tiny bit higher. You know, as a firearms instructor, we always have a moment like this. This would be that I have a 50-yard zero on this thing, and that's about, that scope's at about 25, so I shot just a smidge underneath it. And unlike other people online, I'm not afraid to admit it. So here we go again, shall we? For real this time. You know what I mean? Going hot. Yep, we got her that time. See what we did. I mean, there's really no telling what might happen here. Hopefully it went clean through. It did not. All right, well, we do have significant damage to the scope.
Hold on. All right.
So, we've got significant damage to the scope. We're gonna mount it back up and see if it held zero anyways. Why not? Let's do it. That was on me. All right, so we got the scope remounted. We're gonna see if she held zero. Yes, she did. I'm gonna shoot one more. She held zero. All right, so because I didn't hit the scope where I wanted, another thing, when we shut this thing down before the rain, we stinking, I had zeroed that, or checked zero on that sight mark Wraith night vision, and I realized that it was about a ½ inch to the right in the pasty. I didn't take that in consideration when I shot it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back down range. We're going to shoot this thing one more time, and then we're going to remount it and see what she does. Here we go. We're going for another hit. Let's see if she can take the beating. All right, let's see what we got. Got my ear pro again. Ow. All right, so we got the scope remounted, and it's already getting cloudy in there because of the humidity. We're at like 100% humidity day. It's raining. It's about 90 degrees here near eastern North Carolina. So I had this thing backed almost all the way down to the lowest power. We're going to see if she groups though and see how she does. Ooh. Glass fell out. The rest of that glass fell out in the front of there from that first shot. But we had enough to get done what we needed to do. Let's go down range, take a look. So, what we got here, right, is, you can see the paster fell off here, right? But we've got our shots right here, right? That fell off after that first shot, right? After the front part that broke the objective lens, cracked it rather. Then we've got our two shots right here that after we shot it and all the nitrogen leaked out, here's the two shots that we did post. So that's it. The Arken scope can take a beating. Had I shot it and, that 1.5 inches back from the objective lens instead of hitting the objective lens essentially on that first shot and the nitrogen leaked out, I think it still would have held zero. It still freaking did hold zero, right? I mean, that's not bad. Those aren't bad. That wasn't bad right there. I mean, that shows you that the Arken can take a licking, keep on ticking. Like I said, that was a story, something that happened to a friend of mine overseas, and I just, think the ultimate torture test would be, shooting a scope. I mean, it doesn't get any worse than that. I don't think, anyways. But the Arken EP5 Gen 2 5-25, it'll take any beating that you give it. So, great time. Thanks for joining us. What other crazy thing can we do next? I don't know. Make some suggestions. Maybe we'll do William Tell with my media guy, James. he likes to do crazy stuff like that. We're not doing that. That's very unsafe. But if you guys have suggestions, let us know. Remember, this isn't the only way, but it is the hunting Carolinas way.